Thank you very much for coming. My name is Karolina PILARZCYK. I'm from Poland. And, I would like to introduce myself in few minutes. We don't have too much time. To be honest, I like to talk very much, so if I will start to talk too fast or you will not understand something, please just tell me, because I'm really started to be excited when I'm talking about these products. And sometimes I can mix a few things, so please just tell me, Karolina, stop, go back, oh, come. So my passion, I have three passions, to be honest. First are my dogs, second is IT, and third thing, I think it's most funniest and interesting, I am a drifter. I am the only drifter, female drifter in Poland. This is my new project, which I tested 2 days ago. And to be honest, during the next nearest weekend, I will have a drifting competition, so please keep the fingers crossed, because it will be a Polish drifting championship, so very excited. And this is my new project. Unfortunately, it doesn't look on this video too good, but of course it's painted right now. I had to test it because it's a Nissan 200 SX, but with Corvette's engine. So it's something like 6.2 liters, a lot of horsepower, and I really love it. And you know what is also fun is that you know, with cars and with this motorsport, also the security is the most important things. That's why there's something in common, especially, you know, managing the project, security, and all this stuff. This is something what is really similar if we'll take IT. So that's why I really love it, both IT and cars. So please keep the fingers crossed. I'm in IBM. I'm responsible for partners, but I was working earlier as a brand specialist responsible for Tivoli products. Does anybody know what is Tivoli? Do you have contact? Do you had contact earlier with Tivoli? Well, it's good and not good. Good because Tivoli is not existing anymore. Well, the name, right? Because we had a huge brand called Tivoli, and right now, because of these trends which are on the market, cloud, mobility, and all this stuff. That's why right now I had a short title, Tivoli Partner Manager. Right now I have Cloud and Smart Infrastructure Partner Manager. This is the new name of our brand. Our brand, especially, we have such products for IT department. So we are focusing on IT, helping the IT to manage the infrastructure, automate, control the infrastructure, the elements which you have in your company. So this is what you can find in our portfolio. So everything for all software for monitoring infrastructure, managing infrastructure, discovery, to see what you have, what is the configuration, what kind of applications, what kind of hardware, what is the relation between these parts. This is all what we have in our portfolio. Also, service desk, to gather the whole information and to show the information and manage with it. I'm not sure if, does anybody know or heard about Maximo? Beautiful, one person. Maximo is one of the biggest enterprise asset management solution. And well, this is solution really focused on assets, to manage these assets from, you know, idea that we want to buy something, whether it is worth to buy it or maybe outsourced it or rent or even, don't care about it, through the whole procurement process, then maintaining the asset, and then, selling it or destroying it, whatever. So this is a huge product which is really concentrated on the assets. Of course, this is, a big picture, but I can complicate this for some utilities companies where you have a lot of pipes, pumps, and all this stuff, and how to behave, how to manage it. Why I'm talking about this? Because our service desk is also based on this asset management solution. That's why it's really powerful solution. And this is, I think, Maximo is the only solution which is in our brand, which is not dedicated for IT. This is for operational. So today, I wanted to show you what kind of trends we see, what is going on the market, and what kind of focus we have in our company. So that's why I will show you about I will tell you about the mobility, how it looks like, how the infrastructure and the situation in the companies looked earlier. How it looks right now. Then to see more about the mobile strategy and the endpoint manager, our solution, and what also customer says. This is very interesting, to be honest, because when I had a meeting a few days ago with one of the customer, he told me that the situation on the market changed drastically because earlier it was, with new technology, it was like that way that the vendor was coming to the customer and telling him, listen, we have a great tool, we have a great solution. Maybe, dear customer, this will help you, maybe you will buy it. And the customer was buying or not. And right now the situation is a little bit changed. I mean, the customer sees what can help him, he's cutting the costs, so he's, moving their business, their way how he's doing the business, and he's enforcing on vendors new technology. That's why we are adapting, we are doing some acquisitions, development, and today I would like to tell you about it. So, how the situation on the market looks like. Mobility. I'm not sure if you saw the information which Gartner published, that by 2014-15 there will be 40% devices in our companies. 40% devices will be mobile devices, smartphones, tablets. And it's going like that way. To be honest, nobody even predict the producers of tablets and mobile devices. They even didn't think that it will go like that way. But it's really growing. Of course, this trend is because of the business, right? The business is more. The people are traveling. The people need to have an access wherever they are on the world. So that's why they also don't want to carry all the time laptops. I was laughing that carrying the laptop is a kind of fitness because I have really huge muscles because of it. So it's more comfortable to bring tablet or smartphone than to bring 2 kilos of something like that. Also, the challenging is security, of course, and this is what is happen. And when you have to, the companies have to focus on is the security and to monitor what is going on and where are some issues. Zettabytes This is something amazing. This is amazing numbers, which you can see how much data are flowing all the time. So to monitor this, to make this the performance in a proper way, this is a really challenging thing. And the most important thing here and most challenging here is a buzzword, I would say, bring your own device. I'm not sure if you see such trend in your company, but it is very common in Poland, for example. Then most of employees are bringing their own device. For example, this iPhone company didn't give me. I'm using it to access data of my company, but this is my device. So bring your own device. It's very popular. Most of my colleagues, to be honest, they are laughing when we are getting some, I don't want to use the name of the company, but some phones, funny phones in our company. We have here a colleague also from IBM. I'm not sure what kind of phones you are getting, but we have to unfortunately use ours. So most of our colleagues, they are bringing their own device, and managing these devices is really challenging. Also, this mobility is bringing and showing a lot of trends. First of all, that mobile devices are, something very normal, common, and first thing which we are taking, which we are checking. Also, for example, it's funny when you can observe in our company, or also when I'm entering the customer's company, that quite a lot of people are, all the time walking with a phone, checking something. So not only talking via phone, but all the time are checking something in their phones. So this is the equipment right now is normal. I was trying to figure out how the world would look like if somebody would, destroy all phones, mobile phones right now. Can you imagine? No, me too. It would be a disaster. How could we, live without mobile phones a few years ago? So this is something really what is normal and what is growing. Also, the use of mobile devices is impacting the business and how the companies are behaving, right? How the employees are accessing the data, how the customers are buying or doing the shoppings. So this is also the trend which other companies sees and has to also address this trends. So also, mobile is about transacting. Also, I'm not sure if you are also using it for bank account to make some transfers. But to be honest, I don't remember when last time I used a laptop or some other equipment. Also, I don't remember, to be honest, how my bank looks like. I was 10 years ago there? No, maybe not 10. But 5 years ago, I was in my bank. Most of transactions I'm doing via mobile phone because it's easy, it's fast, and no effort needed. So going to the end and commenting these trends, this is really what is happening right now, and this is what is influencing how we are behaving, how the company is doing the business, how the customer is behaving, and also this is impacting the vendors who has to provide proper solutions to the companies. And also, another thing is that, this is example from US. In Poland, the most popular phone was Nokia. So 90% years ago, 90% people, my colleagues, and people around me were using Nokias. And so it was quite easy because you had one phone with one system, easy, right? But today, situation changed. I have, iPhone. My colleague has Samsung with Android. Today also we were playing with the system with LG with Android. So you know, the shares and the systems which are on the market, it's completely different story. So no simple situation right now. Another thing is that still it's growing and developing, so you have new endpoints, you have new systems, you have new technology, and this is really challenging, but also very interesting, influencing the market and your activities. I'm not sure if you are tracking what Google is doing, for example, also Microsoft is doing, right? They are moving a lot of things to cloud, operational systems to smartphones. So this is amazing what is going on right now. But this is amazing for us, for the users, but this is a huge challenge for IT and huge challenge for vendors. So if we are talking about IT people, by now the situation was quite easy, right? Most of the equipment was provided by the company. So the IT managers had the control over this equipment because, first of all, they knew what kind of equipment it is, what kind of operational systems are installed on this equipment, what kind of applications, and also they were controlling the network. So, you know, all the information was on track and controlled. But right now the situation is a little bit changed. First of all, trend, bring your own device. So the customer, the IT has really a lot of pains with that because they have various mobile devices. This is what I mentioned, right? If, for example, this would be a trend, bring your own device, and the employees were bringing their own device, but most of these devices were, for example, BlackBerries. Okay, we can do something with it. But if the customers are bringing iPhones, Nokias, Samsungs, with various configuration, with various systems, it's a little bit different story. So it's complex. It's the problem is right now to control these devices. Problem is control the complexity which we have in the company, to control the applications and also the access and control the network. Is it true? Do you see it? Yes, good. Well, it's you know, it's a trend which is, I think, everywhere right now. So that's why, of course, IBM is observing these trends and is reacting. We did a lot of acquisitions which were mostly focused on mobility, cloud solution, to have a really big and complete portfolio to address various needs in this area. Not only, you know, applications which will do some things, but also, you know, a huge portfolio of frameworks, of applications, of tools which will give you flexibility, control, automation, will give you reports. Talking about the reports, just I will make a short comment because I like this topic. Do you know Cognos? Cognos, such solution. This is a business intelligence, our business intelligence. And Watson? Did you hear about Watson? Yes, exactly. This is a computer which we put to the how is it this play in the US when you are asking the question? Yeah, exactly. Jeopardy. Exactly. So we invented algorithm. Sorry, my tongue is completely, you know. which are, you know, analyzing the context, and we put this computer to this to display. It was competing against normal people, so the person was giving the answer on how is it with this display. Well, the main thing what I wanted to say is that you know, the computer had to analyze the content, had to understand the content and give the answer. So it's, of course, on the beginning it was you can say well, it's not problem, it's not a huge problem because computer is able to analyze a lot of data, but the problem was that it was, you know, not a structured data. So it was, the computer has to understood what the person, the presenter was talking about with normal, you know, sentence. So I'm telling this you because we took this technology to our products, to our business intelligence, to help our customers not only, you know, give feedback and give some reports, give some data based on the data which are on their infrastructure, but also to help with taking the decisions. So it was analyzing a lot of various information and giving some suggestions what it would be great to do, right? So that's why, you know, we are also using a lot of business intelligence and our Cognos products in our technologies, other technologies like, for example, Tivoli, to help you not only to have a normal reports, what is going on in the infrastructure, but to help you with taking the decisions. So also with this whole environment and platform, we are able really to provide very sophisticated and nice tools which help you not only control and manage, but also to help you, for example, create some applications, and the solution is analyzing and helping you with it. But today, to be honest, maybe one comment to this mobile first. Mobile first, it's not a product, it's a mobile portfolio, as mentioned on the above. So it's a combination of products, but also combination of our services, our suggestions. We helped a lot of our partners and customers to rebuild their infrastructure and to go to this mobility. So, for example, to go with outsourcing or to go with creating mobile access, mobile applications, and all this stuff. We are really helping with it, and we have good tools and also knowledge. I'm not sure if you know that IBM has right now more than 400,000 employees worldwide. So we have quite a lot of people with various knowledge regarding the industry, regarding the business processes, regarding the products. So we can make a really strong combination of people who can help. So we are really available for you. But right now, to be honest, I wanted to focus on only one part of this mobile first, and one more time come to challenges which are on the market and which are for the IT managers. And this is what I mentioned earlier, right? That right now there is not only, you know, the amount of devices is huge. Employees have usually some laptops, smartphones, tablets, terminals, or some other kiosks or some other things, right? And also, after these products goes the operational systems. Windows, Linux, Macs, iOS, Android, and all this stuff. Also, the problem is that people are traveling all the time, so it's difficult to get access to the physical device and to, for example, upgrade the system. It's also a huge challenge for IT. Another thing is that, you know, the trend, which is everywhere right now, reduce the costs, do more with less. So, you know, we can't hire new people who will be able, I don't know, be in our branch, or I don't travel from place to place to upgrade the solutions. We have to figure out something else. So the trends which are on the market, and also the applications, the situation which is really, it's challenging for IT. So we offered something like Endpoint Manager. Here is still Tivoli, I should throw it out. It's right now IBM Endpoint Manager. But we proposed something like Endpoint Manager, which is a solution which is able to manage infrastructure, whether it is physical, virtual, mobile, everything. It's end-to-end. It's a complex solution. So we have the operational functionality, security functionality, data leak prevention. I'm not sure if here is the DLP. The DLP is interesting for you, data leak prevention. Because, you know, I see in Poland, when I'm asking about this, for security managers, it's a very interesting topic, which is starting to be interesting information, right? Earlier they were not using it, they were not even thinking about it, and right now it's more and more, they are more interested in it. So, regardless the connectivity, regardless the localization, we are able to manage endpoints. We are able to manage endpoints. Short introduction and short overview of the functionality, but you know, I could speak about Endpoint Manager hours. A few months ago, I had a presentation when I was talking about this 5 hours. You're giving me 15 minutes, come on. I was talking about 5 hours. So you see, I have only 15 minutes, so I have to speed up. Usually I speak very fast, that's why I'm trying not to be too much excited about it. So Tivoli Endpoint Manager in general, it's a solution which helps you with discovering the assets. So this is also quite often funny situation, because when we are coming to the customer and we are asking how much devices you have in your environment, he's telling us, well, something like 200. And on the end, when we are discovering, we see 300 for something like that. Huge difference. Because most of customers don't see this smartphones, tablets, and don't see that, you know, quite often the employees are bringing 2, 3 devices. I have at least 3, tablet and iPhone. So I have 3 devices with access to IBM's data, to corporate data. So this is a challenge. So we are able to discover the assets. We are able to make an inventory, hardware and software, see what is on the endpoint, what kind of software, what kind of hardware. We are able to manage patches. This is really, we have a huge effectiveness in this area. We are, of course, cooperating with most of software vendors, so we have usually maybe not much, but earlier the patches on our server or information regarding the patches, then this information goes to the market. So we have a really huge advantage here. Software distribution also, when you have some software which is homemade or which is here local, there's no problem. We can also distribute the patches and upgrades the solutions. OS deployment, also this can be done remotely, not we have to take the computer, install the system and then give back to the employee. Just small and short comment. I had such situation a few years ago in my previous employees when the branch was in Poland and they sent me the computer from US, and then I sent the computer to Prague because there we had the IT department. They installed the solution, the software, and sent me back. So you can imagine, I was sitting for 3 weeks almost, waiting for equipment to work, right? And right now it was time, costs, and right now it's easy. So we are able also to help our employees without taking the computer. We can do this remotely, and also the agent is very smart. You can record the whole session. So for various purposes, you can, for example, record the session of helping the employee remotely, and then, for example, put it to your help desk in knowledge base. Listen, if you have such problem, you can find here solution. You don't have to ask IT for this, right? Faster, easier. Software is analysis. This is what is really very common in Poland and popular in Poland for the audits purpose. You can see what kind of licenses are used and what kind of licenses you really have in your environment. For example, IBM has many products which where we have a gentleman's agreement, right? We say, okay, we are telling you, okay, dear customer, you have 10 licenses and you're buying 10 licenses. If you will use 11 licenses, it will work. We just trust you that you will not use 11 licenses. So, and it's not only typical for IBM, right? But on the end, when you have many of applications and the audit comes, there can be a huge problem because of that, right? And the Microsoft and also IBM last days is doing audits, so it's better to know what we really have in the infrastructure. Power management, it's remotely or automatically turning off or turning on computers. So it's especially because of the pricing of energy. It's really good that the ROI. We can calculate really nice ROI because of this module. And what I wanted to also to show you, or to maybe to stop for 5 minutes on the slide, because you can see here that it's not important for us where the endpoint is, if it's in data center, in headquarters, in some branches, or airport, hotels. We don't care about the connection. This is why we won quite a lot of proof of concepts when we were able on normal GSM managed endpoint. This was really challenging for our customers and working very well during the tests. So we don't care what kind of connection there is, where the endpoint is. We are able to protect it and to enforce the security and the policy. Also, another functionality and possibility of this solution is the security configuration management. So we are able to protect the endpoint from the security perspective very good. And what is most important, the agent is installed on the endpoint, so it's working if the customer is online or not. So even if the endpoint is cut, it's not online. The agent is still working and is enforcing the securities, enforcing the functionality which the company set up. What is also maybe interesting that we have here antivirus also in this functionality. This antivirus is based on Trend Micro technology, so everything what is in Trend Micro is here also in TiVo Endpoint Manager. And on the end, DLP, data leak prevention. So we are tracking information and giving feedback to IT that there is some information which shouldn't be, and for example, this employee is trying to send it or is trying to save it on some pen drive or some external disk. And of course, the solution is not allowing it to this. No way. Okay, sorry, excuse me because I had to unfortunately speed up. This is what I really wanted to show you because Endpoint Manager also and managing the mobile devices, it's key here, and also it's as I mentioned, we are managing from end-to-end endpoint, and no important for us whether it is a PC server or laptop or smartphone. So we have a really nice functionality for mobile devices, and well, we are addressing these challenges of bring your own device. So right now, if the customer is bringing and the employee is bringing their own device, the IT manager is also able to control it, also able to protect it, and also able to have the information what is going on in case of, I don't know, losing it, to wipe up all the information which are on this endpoint. So maybe I will skip this. Only I will stop for a moment here because you can see that what kind of functionalities you are able, of course, the same as I mentioned with a PC or server or laptop, you are able to make an inventory, to control, to manage VPNs, to manage the location and all this stuff. Sorry that I'm starting to really talk very fast, but I don't have time anymore. But we are downstairs. We can show you the solution because we have the installation. So right now, you know, on PowerPoint, I can see and show and talk everything, but the most important is to see it. And really, I would like to invite you for checking the solution and also for doing proof of concept, for checking the technology on some test environments to see that it's really working and it's really working nicely. So these are our customers, and I will stop here for a second. Here is the only, you know, Forrester report that we are really, if we are talking about mobility and this technology, very high. We are the leader. But I will stop here for a moment because this is a funny story, how it happened that we have Endpoint Manager in our portfolio. IBM was using a solution for Endpoint Manager, our competitor, and yeah. And on the end, you know, we had the scalability challenges and problems because we have, okay, I told you 400 employees, but on the end, 700,000 endpoints. So it's challenging, and it's really difficult to manage such amount of devices. So IBM was trying to change the solution, was looking on the market, and then they saw Big Fix solution. So we started to have a negotiation with them. We did the POC. We saw that it's working very nice. And on the end, when we had to pay the order and pay for this 700,000 licenses, then we decided to buy the company and make it as our product, right? Because it's working and it's really useful. So it's we did it as our investment also. You can see here, I can provide you a lot of success stories, a lot of information. Also, we can arrange some conversation with the customers, because this is what I mentioned. I can tell you everything, but on the end, you should really test it. So the comments of our customers are really nice. I really like to sell this product and talk about this product, but because it's on the end, I have a really happy customers. It's not like, you know, IBM is producing a really great product, but usually these products are very huge and sophisticated, so you need some time and some effort to implementing it. With Endpoint Manager, it's a little bit different story. For example, you know, during POC, proof of concept, after 1 hour, 2 hours, you see all your environment and you are able to make an inventory of your equipment. So it's really fast. I'm almost finished. So what I really want to, that you will remember from this presentation, we have a lot of interesting products for mobile platforms, mobile solutions. One of this product is Endpoint Manager, which is end-to-end solution, this solution managed our endpoints from end to end, so we are able to do everything with it. And this is a little bit dangerous word, everything with it, but really the functionality of Endpoint Manager is created via scripts. So if there is any functionality which you need and you didn't get, for example, when you bought the licenses, there is no problem. You can act ad hoc. We are giving the customers, to the customers the frameworks, and they are able to prepare the scripts, prepare the functionality which they need. So it's really flexible solution, and you are not dependent on the vendor and on the roadmaps. And we don't care what kind of solution, what kind of device it is, terminals, kiosks. We have a lot of customers in retail, for example. We have a lot of customers in banks, in finance, in public sector. So because it's really protecting and securing our data, our information. And we don't care what kind of operational system is there. So this is really, really flexible solution. Thank you very much. This is dziękuję bardzo po polsku. If you have any other additional questions, I am available for you. Also, our partner is available here locally for you. Please contact us. If you need some additional information, I will be very happy to help you and provide you it. If somebody has a question, this is the moment. We have 1 minute, I hope. No questions? No questions. Okay. Thank you very much. And I hope that we will be able to talk more about it. Thank you.